Hi, welcome to our daily encounter. Psalm 101 starts off with a statement of worship. It says, I will sing of loving kindness and justice. To you, O Lord, I will sing praises. And David definitely was a man of worship. And here he's talking about how he will sing to the Lord and he will give God praise. And one of the other things that would go along with that is a life of integrity. He says, I will give heed to the blameless way, which can be translated the way of integrity. But then he goes on, when will you come to me? I will walk within my house in the integrity of my heart. I will set no worthless thing before my eyes. I hate the work of those who fall away. It shall not fasten its grip on me. As we go to house of worship today, I strongly encourage anyone listening to go to church. Get with a group of people who are worshiping the Lord today. But we need to keep in mind that it's not just enough to worship God. As wonderful as that is, and as great as that is, we have to ask ourselves, when we worship the Lord, are we really worshiping Him and combining with that a life of integrity? Here David says that he would walk within his house in the integrity of his heart. You know, when you are alone, that is when your true character shows. When you're alone, that's when your true devotion to the Lord comes out. It's not so much when you are at church. When you're at church, you can put on a really good act. You can put on a good mask, a good facade, and make everyone around you think that you are the most spiritual person around. But your spirituality is really tested at your house, or when you're alone, or when you're with your family. You know, your family is really the true test of your character. How you treat your wife, how you treat your children, how you respond to situations within your home. It really shows what type of person you are. Not so much how you act at church. That's very easy to, of course, pretend and act like you're very spiritual there. But we want to be people who not only go to church and worship the Lord with other people, something we should do, but we also want to be people who are devoted to the Lord and when we're alone, when we're with our family, when we're at our house. One thing that he says he would do that would show that he had integrity is found in verse 3. He says, I will set no worthless thing before my eyes. Most likely what David is talking about here is an idol. He was not going to set any idols before him. Can't say that for sure, but that's very possible what he might be talking about, given that idols were very worthless. But some people might go to the temple and worship God, worship Yahweh, and then go back to their house and still have their household idols there. But David was not a type of person who would do that. Now, a lot of times these verses are used to apply to TV. You know, that we will walk in the integrity of our home, and we will not set anything worthless before us. And it can definitely be applicable, because if you think about it, for a lot of people, TV is an idol. It is something that they come home from work, and what do? They turn on their TV, and the TV is what their life is all about from that point on. And it's as though they are bowing down to the idol, so to speak. And it also can apply to TV, because a lot of what we watch on TV is very worthless. And if not worthless, sometimes very destructive. He goes on to say, in verse 3, he says, I hate the work of those who fall away. On TV, there is a lot of people who fall away. There's a lot of people who are not, of course, Christians, and that shows out in the TV programs that come out. There is a lot of sin on TV, And the shameful thing is that a lot of Christians are entertained by those sorts of things. They see sin on TV, and before you know it, you think it's cute, you think it's funny, but we forget that those same sins that the world is making fun of and making light of are the sins that put our Savior on the cross and that drove the nails into his hands. And it's something that we ought to take very seriously and not take very lightly, and especially not bring it into our home through the TV. And so David didn't want to bring the works of those who fall away into his home. And then he says, "It shall not fasten its grip on me." You know, the TV has a way of fastening its grip on you. Especially after a long day at work, you know, you just want to turn on the TV and just zone out. And before you know it, you can become addicted to TV to where it pretty much owns you. And it can fasten its grip on you. So we just have to be very, very careful. And I'm not one to tell someone what they can watch and what they shouldn't watch, how much they can watch and all those things. Those are things you have to prayerfully work out in your own life. But it is something to guard against. But let's not limit this devotion to just that. We need to walk with integrity in all aspects of our life, not just with TV. Again, the way that we treat others, the way that we, the thoughts that we have, the things we let our mind be set on, the things that other people don't see. Do we have integrity? Again, it's not just enough to worship the Lord. It's very important also to live a life of integrity. So with that, I just want to wish you guys a great day. Love you guys. God bless.